Hi kids, it's Bunny with another junk journal, and this one I call Beach Party. And it's my annual beach journal, I guess you could call it. I seem to make one every year. I'm so longing to go to the beach. And it is a hardcover, and it's covered with this beautiful sea turtles cloth that I just love. I couldn't bear to cover it up with lace or anything. Just a picture, and it's got a little brooch, hand-painted brooch, and this bronze fabric that's holding it together. And inside, I should probably pull out just a hair. Just a hair. Okay, inside we see a pocket with a journaling card. All journaling cards are blank on the back, so you can write on them. And here's a vintage photograph of a couple of ladies with a lighthouse in the background. And a tag. All tags are also blank on the back, so you can write on them. And have a small envelope, and inside of it are some cool looking vintage stamps. And I have a note about this journal which lets people know what a junk journal is, how it can be used, in case you don't know. And in the first tuck in here we have a journaling card and a pretty tag and a piece of vintage ephemera. This is a real ticket. I believe it's I'm not sure if it's a railroad or what it is. It's a pass of some sort. And we have the paper, the blank paper is coffee dyed. And here we have some handmade paper with pretty flower petals embedded. Here is a page out of a vintage Creole cookbook, seafood of course, and a doily. And in this pocket, here's a bunch of guys having a good time singing a song, and a lady playing with a ball on the beach. And this is a vintage letter from, I don't have my glasses on. Let me put my glasses on so I can tell you when it's from. That's what I thought, 1929, and it's, there's a letter in there, and you can read that. Take these glasses off, I can't see with them on. And here's some faux wallpaper, it's not really real. And this is a page from Vintage Cinema Arts magazine, 1937. Is the date of that magazine. And here's some sheet music, South Sea Island magic. Here is some vellum with our friend Octopus on it. This is more handmade paper of another type. In this pocket there's a mermaid. You have to have a mermaid for a beach journal, even if it's not a mermaid journal. There's a teeny tiny little envelope, and it's got some teeny tiny little vintage foreign stamps in it. And here's an old household order book and expense account. Someone keep track of their household expenses, and it has some recipes and things like that. I'm not sure what the age is. There's another page from the 1937 magazine. and people whom most of you probably have never heard of, but I have. Here's a little stamp. Here is another pretty journaling card and a tag and a little French flash card. And this is a vintage receipt from Babcock Lumber and Boom Company. And the things that I say are vintage in this journal really are authentic vintage. And here's more handmade paper, more vellum with a, I forget what you call that, urchin, sea urchin. And I believe this is, actually this page is from a 1931 Good Housekeeping magazine. Excuse me. And in this pocket is another pretty mermaid and some gals on their way to the beach, ready to have a good time and party. That's why I call this a beach party journal, because you can party on the beach. And little clusters here and there. And there's lace on the edges of some of the pages. So lots of little details you can check out. Here's a journaling card and a tag and another small envelope. And I believe it has, yeah, it has some vintage stamps in it too. Here's a page from a old yearbook. Looks like 60s, maybe, from the hairdos. Handmade paper. Here's a square doily that I've made into a pocket that has a neat journaling card. And a teeny tiny little junk journal with teeny tiny ephemera and teeny tiny pages. Good luck writing on it. More the sheet music. Ladies on the beach must wear bloomers, and this lady's going to be in trouble because the dogs are about to steal her bloomers. There's another cute journaling card and a tag, and here's more vintage ephemera. This is a check from Willimantic Trust Company. 1930 is the date on that. And just some interesting paper. More vintage Creole cookbook. Here's a little fabric ruffle. Room for writing here and there. It's another mermaid. Mermaids drink free. And another tag. And here's another little teeny weeny envelope trying to get away from me. And it has little journaling cards in it. Teeny tiny journaling cards. And this is another vintage letter from a service person to, I believe it might be his girlfriend. It's not super lovey-dovey, but you can read it and decide for yourself. Oh, and the date on that is 1945. 1945. And here is an envelope. A glassine, tea-dyed glassine envelope, and inside of it is a vintage photograph of some people on the beach. And here we have a journaling card. And here's a vintage photo of a lady on the beach. I believe it says 1961 on that one. tag, and a page from a vintage top value stamp collection book where you collect the stamps and put them in these squares and save them up to get goodies. Here's the other side of the square doily pocket, and it has a journaling card, fun on the beach, and a vintage cigar manufacturer's receipt. Ledger paper, and in this pocket or tuck there's a romantic picture, just a couple journaling card, and ice cream journaling card. If I say it's a journaling card, that means it's not an authentic photograph. It just looks like one. It's a journaling card. And here's a tag and another piece of ephemera, a ticket to North Newark. I think it's 1965 maybe. It looks older than that, but that's what it looks like it says. There's some more faux wallpaper, not real. And another page out of the Cinema Arts 1937 magazine. More handmade paper. Here's a little glassine bag with a vintage photograph. Man and a small child playing in the water. More vellum with another octopus. And another journaling card. The journaling card. And a tag. Little faux seashells. A doily, handmade paper. And Kissing in the Waves. A journaling card. And this is a vintage photograph of some people standing in the surf. And there's a tag and received of Violet Heresy. Road tax collector receipt, 1935. See year on that one. More vellum, fish, and another glassine bag with another vintage photograph and some people gathering around the boat, getting ready to go have fun. This is another page from the 1931 Good Housekeeping magazine. The journaling card. Another envelope with, this one has small journaling card in it. And a receipt from United Drug Company. That's dated 1919. It's very thin and feels really neat. And here is a belly band. And in it is a small, not quite as small as the other, junk journal with vintage, not vintage, but miniature ephemera. And you might actually be able to write in that one. And more journaling cards. People having fun on the beach. Here is some Braille paper. There's another fabric ruffle. And this is Braille paper, which is very interesting to touch. More ledger paper. Just some interesting paper there. Magazine paper. In this bag is a pretty picture of seashell illustration, a doily, a journaling card and a tag, and here's a vintage permit to purchase a pistol or revolver, 1960. Ugh. I don't know why I put that in there, but I did. It was kind of interesting looking. Here's more handmade paper. People frolicking on the beach, and a tag. Another teeny tiny envelope with teeny tiny journaling card in it, I believe. And handmade paper, doily, vintage Creole cookbook, another bag. This has some ephemera in it. New York Central Railroad ticket, agent stub, 1951, I think. More Braille paper. Here's some friends on the beach with some buttons and a journaling card and a tag. And then here is the back of the journal with a journaling card or two, like that one, and a tag. And that is the Beach Party Journal. And I hope you'll visit my shop, Treasure Journals, on Etsy, and check it out. And thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.